Hi, welcome to It's Not That Serious.
Hey everyone, welcome back to INTS Podcast. I am Thule.
I'm Ashley.
Yes, and today we're going to get into some questions and feedback that we got from you guys from our first, 1, 2, 3 episodes. It looks a little different.
We're in a new environment today.
Yes, where are we at?
Oof. I just got makeup all over this, so y'all get some ASMR. Anyways, we are at my house. Woohoo! That's because my car is being used by my partner. So until then, we have to change up our location because I cannot get to our regular studio.
But this is something we might try, go back and forth different settings. So
Yeah, maybe next week we'll be at Thule's house in the dungeon.
yeah, maybe
Dungeon
not.
room. Maybe
It's
not.
too cold.
It is very cold in that room.
It's like 40
No
degrees
heat.
in my house.
No
Yeah.
heat.
But yeah, we did get some questions from our viewers, you guys, through our IG and some messages. But reach out anywhere, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and we want to continue answering and talking about your comments.
What are y'all thoughts on taking risks in terms of professional and personal life? I mean, you've taken a lot of risks in your career.
No, I was just like, damn, that's a heavy question.
Yeah.
I don't know, something that I guess I've said before, every job and, every turn you make when you leave a job, go to a new job, that is a risk. So definitely have taken some. My perspective is if you're not feeling like you're getting everything you want out of that current position you're in, current role you're in, and you feel like it's time to leave, maybe you got to start planning for that, your time to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little scary because on the other side is so gray, it's so dark, and you don't know what's there. But I keep thinking about, like, if I stay where, like, I don't feel 100%, that's a little worse than, like, taking a leap into that darkness. So, and, don't be a fool either, because this is real life. So you need to get paid. You need, like, sustenance. But, just got to take that jump.
Yeah, I think for my career-wise, definitely making sure you have your own personal boundaries set before taking that risk, right? Like Thule said, there's always a risk of, failing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that next job going to be like what I have now? It's the fear of uncomfortability, I think. And I think once you become comfortable within yourself and confident in yourself that, hey, I'm going to do this because I know I can do it.
Yeah.
Right. And like, that's when you take that risk. But I feel like if you're just emotional on something, maybe not take that risk because it's going to bite you in the ass afterwards. And you got to live with the choices that you make. So, make sure you're being mindful of like everything in your life. Is this going to affect multiple aspects of my life?
Mm-hmm.
Like even like getting into a relationship, right? Is this risk of getting my heart broken again worth it? Is that going to affect your money?
Yeah,
is that going to affect everything in your life? Oh yeah, been there, done that. That's why. But everything in your life is a risk. Every decision that you take is a risk. And like, if you're not prepared for the consequences of your actions, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how I live my life. But then also, my family has engraved in my head, like, you live with the choices that you make.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of how I view risks on my life. So I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily very much a risk taker. I think the only thing maybe that I'm a risk taker in is maybe my career. Like I'm not afraid to be bold. Yeah. How about you?
I think when I started my business, it sounds weird. Like, you know, I'm making almost 6 figures before. Like, how does one just leave that job, just cut off and like start a business and make like no money? You know, you guys might not know, but I haven't had a paycheck. I haven't paid myself in 6 months.
Figures, because you're too busy paying everybody else.
Yeah, there's so much going on, but all of this, like, I already knew. You know, mindfulness is a really great word.
Yeah.
You have to be like very conscious. You can't be a fool. You have to like have things planned out. And if some things don't go your way, it's okay. It's just like those are just obstacles. Obstacles. You have to just keep going forward.
That's just a little speed bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay to take a step back. Just don't keep walking back. Just always figure out a way forward. And there's always going to be problems.
Yeah.
Like, there will always be issues.
Yeah.
So.
Today, with our change of scenery, tech issues like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
but we're doing it. We're still here.
Yeah. Even when things are going well and you have like a really good job or a really good spot, there's always going to be issues. So.
Yeah. And I think also to add to that, like, pick your problems. Don't let your problems pick you. Pick your problems. Yeah.
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 So if you feel like you're right at the edge of like, you have this dream, you want to take a leap. Like for me, I had to put it down in paper and I had to see like, does this make sense? And how do we make it happen? And then if it all makes sense on paper and you're able to kind of plan it out and see what it looks like a year from now, like just go for it. I don't know. Like, it's corny to say, but life is short. You only got one life.
Yeah.
And if you think like 10 years from now, like you being in that position where you're dreaming of it, I don't know, just do it. If someone else is doing it, why can't it be you?
Yeah.
That's what I say. You know, why can't it be me?
Yeah.
And I guess that's what I'm working towards.
Yeah. And I even think like for me personally, with this podcast, it's a risk to put myself back out there on social media. Like I have so much trauma from it, you know, but being able to see and listen to content creators like make a difference in other people's worlds, or even like for me, I enjoy listening to other people's thoughts.
Yeah.
You know? So wouldn't it be cool for somebody to listen to my thoughts?
Yeah, and it's nice just talking to.
And I can start a conversation of my own, you know, with people I don't even know, you know? So I think even doing this was a risk for me personally, you know? But getting over that and seeing it succeed, like, that's all that you wanted to do.
Yeah, I think even just launching some episodes, whether there's listeners or not, just like it's out there.
It's out there.
Yeah.
Oh, my feelings. I'm so vulnerable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think calculated risks.
Yeah.
Calculated risk. I think do it.
Calculate risk. I like how you have such like an intrapersonal response to everything. I could, for real, I think I could use and consider a lot of my feelings a lot more too.
I am a woman, so I do have a lot of feelings that I like feel very hard. Yeah. But I think you as a man, how is this going to provide for me? How is this going to provide for my family? How is this going to, you know?
It's a lot more objective, and the feelings I can throw away a little bit more, push aside a little bit more.
But for me, no. If I don't feel good about that, if I have a achy tummy about it, I ain't doing that shit. No, it's not for me.
Interesting.
Oh shit! I keep touching the mic. I need it to be a damn table again.
Yeah, good question.
Yes.
You know, take in what is important to you, and you know, take those fucking risks.
Yeah,
I think that's huge.
I say just do it. Cause what? So what? You fail, but you could say that you did it.
Yeah. I'd be so proud of anyone if they told me like, hey, I tried this and it worked, or I tried this and it didn't work. Like that's like the coolest story.
Like shit, well, you fucking did that.
yeah, hell yeah.
Like, Tuli, I want to drop a mixtape. Will you help me?
Yeah.
Okay, let's drop a mixtape. It fucking flops. But hey, guess what, guys? I dropped a mixtape.
Yeah, I'm holding the mixtape. I'm like, damn, you did that. Like, that's cool. That's cool. All right, what's next?
Cool. Our next question is, what is one thing you would tell your younger self and why? It's not that serious.
It's not the serious.
It's not that serious.
Do you think your younger self would understand if you just said that?
I think my younger self would be like, bitch, yes, it is. It is that serious.
Yeah, she'd be
Like,
fighting.
Yeah, she'd be fighting. Feisty. Stubborn. Like, yo, just calm the fuck down. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Like, you're good. You got a roof over your head. I think, like, when I was younger, I think, like, grew up with a lot of privilege. Not recognizing that privilege, right? And my family didn't have a lot of money. Like, we're middle class, whatever. But my family did anything and everything to get me the things that I wanted, right?
Yeah.
And yes, I would still have to work for it and, you know, behave, like do my schoolwork, do well in school, yada, yada. But I was just an emotional kid. I was an emo girl my whole life. And that's one thing that tore my family apart at one moment. And, you know, if I just said, yo, it's not that serious, let it go. Like,
Yeah.
calm the fuck down. Like, a lot of things would have been fixed or, you know, avoided.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, like, obviously I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through those things.
Yeah,
But
you'd have to go through it.
right. But I would just tell her, hey, yo, it's not that serious. It's really not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you warn her, like, hey, things are gonna happen?
No.
No.
No. I wouldn't warn my younger self
Yeah.
because you do you, but you know, don't do that. That's my family motto. Like, we always say, you do you, but don't do that. Like,
Yeah,
know
what does
that,
that mean?
know that your actions have consequences. Like what we talked about, taking risks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you do you. Like we want to give you the free will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you make your own decision, right?
It's so ironic. So it's
But I
great.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but I wouldn't do that.
Dude,
you know?
I love it.
So it's kind of just like a, you know, you have your free will. You can do whatever the hell you want to, but at the same time, would I do that? Maybe not.
There's
But you do
a
you.
consequence there.
Yeah. So I think, telling my younger self, yo, it's not that serious. Calm down. But I think like I never really had anybody to tell me to calm down when I was younger.
yeah.
I always had like oh, you're so emotional. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am emotional. Yes, I am. But ain't nobody tell me to calm down.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody tell me like it's not that deep.
Yeah.
But I would tell myself it's not that deep. It's
so
not
the
that serious.
question points to like 10 years ago, like when you were 20 years old, you'd be like, calm down. Like,
Yeah, relax.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What about you?
At 20 years old, I dropped out of school. I was probably still working at Walmart. And I think I was probably freshly promoted to like manager. So I started
You
feeling
were a manager at Walmart?
yeah, just
Damn, I didn't know that.
just in the front end. So like 19 to 20, I might have just like started Quick Trip too.
Mm-hmm.
So
You got everybody in our friend group on that quick trip.
yeah, it's the Quick Trap.
It's the quick trap.
So I kind of just started working again.
Mm-hmm.
I would just tell myself, and I was telling myself this back then, but I would just tell myself to keep grinding and keep working. And I don't know that it's not going to stop. And it wouldn't have scared me. I think it's what I signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at 20 years old, if a future version of myself said that, I think I would be able to read that this means I'm on the right path.
Right. Like you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If like the older version of me is telling me to keep working and keep grinding, like, oh, okay. Like, I guess this is the way.
Yeah.
If they're like, hey, just put it all down and just buy some Bitcoin,
No,
then
putting
maybe
it all down.
maybe I'm like, okay, I gotta quit, right? Like I wish I could go back and
Yeah.
say that, but I think I still chose the right thing of just like working hard. It's so weird that like if we could go back and say something, we just say kind of like what we're doing anyways.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I would also say that I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Because it was like I had to take a big leap, a big risk.
Like your
dropping.
future self to tell yourself now?
No.
Or your past self?
I would tell my past self that I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been I don't know. I'm still working on healing my inner child.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just like, damn, I'm still reaping what your choices were.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, still working on that relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm proud of my past self in more recent years, right? Like, damn, you got through some shit. Like, yeah, you did that. I'm proud of you. We here, we living, right? Yeah. But, you know, a few years past that, like, damn, you shouldn't have fucking did that.
Yeah, they're just mistakes.
Yeah. But that's life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's okay.
Yeah, maybe in the future you might be able to have more healthy conversations with that person. But I wouldn't know.
Don't know.
Yeah. I went through some like stuff and bad decisions too. But I live my life with no regrets.
Yeah, I don't really regret it. I mean, at the time, I did what I thought was right.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have any regrets. I'm just saying, like, yo, this could have been avoided. You know, maybe
been don't do that.
Maybe you don't do that. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Like, yeah, you do you, but maybe you shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Our next question. Thoughts on Hmong culture and gender norms now within the culture. So I guess like a 2-part question. So what are your thoughts on Hmong culture?
It's very interesting.
I mean, you're more involved with the Hmong community than I am.
I don't know. I don't think I am.
I mean, well, with your parents being pretty active.
I would say I have more access to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My family doesn't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what would you say your thoughts are on it?
I feel very privileged. You know, we are such a unique people and unique culture that it's like winning the lottery to be born Hmong just because you can experience. It's so unique. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a minority group that has lasted all through these years without like
anything behind their backs.
Yeah, exactly.
Or anywhere to go to.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that in the world, like a lot of different cultures, and for the Hmong culture to be one of them and to be born Hmong, it's like, I think of it as a gift. I don't know. I haven't really thought about this that much.
Yeah. I don't think that either of us really think about our Hmong culture. I think we grew up pretty privileged to not have it like straight in our faces to have to think about things like this.
That's true.
Yeah, but for me, with my experiences in it, I never fully felt fully welcomed in the Hmong community because I'm only half Hmong, like, and my mom is Hmong, and it's not my dad. I just feel like, you know, with the gender roles of the Hmong culture, you know, the dad is typically the head of household and things like that. Yeah. And so, like, the women go off and get married. So because my mom was Hmong and not my dad, I just felt like, oh, I'm just like the little Thai girl, the little mixed girl. That's the little mixed girl. Like, okay. And, like, I still know what you're saying. I still know how to talk to you in your language and things like that. I still understand, like, the customs and things like that. I'm willing to learn whatever. But I think for me growing up, it was always a barrier between,
you're
like,
always half a step in the door.
Yeah. But then I also felt that about, like, being Thai too.
Yeah.
But then on my dad's side of the family, majority of my cousins were all mixed. So it doesn't feel as bad.
Yeah.
Like, because we all don't understand together, right? We all don't know these cultural norms together. So we're all in the same boat, right? But being Hmong and majority of my mom's side of the family, they're full Hmong. Like they have Hmong mom and dad or whatever. And then I have one set of cousins that are either white or they're mixed like me, right? And so we're all kind of like either one step in or one step out or fully in it. And then just like, but even then, like my family isn't super traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a time when you felt, even just in a moment, you're like, well, I am fully Hmong?
No.
Really? Oh, it's interesting.
No. Because, like, even, like, say, for instance, like, growing up in the Hmong church and stuff, you go and, like, help cook. You go and, like, help clean up, set up, whatever. I still felt like I didn't fully fit in. Like, I was not fully accepted, even though they would tell me in Hmong what to do. I would go do it. Obedient. Okay, go do it. So, like, I kind of have this, like, toxic relationship with Hmong people. I think that's why, like, I'm kind of just, like, distancing myself from, like, the community. Because I think, like, when I was younger, it had such a hold on me, right? Oh, you do this to be a good wife. Oh, you do this to want to get married to a Hmong man, right?
Yeah.
But then, like, does that really... In today's society... It doesn't work for me. It doesn't match up with my own beliefs, like, and how I feel like I want to live my life, right? So, I don't know. It's hard for me.
I think for sure the Milwaukee Hmong framework is still very young and immature. It you know, if you look at other communities, like Minnesota's
They're huge.
big prime example of like,
Yeah.
you know, they've got issues there too, but
Yeah.
big prime example of like, you know, maximizing what we can
Yeah.
do.
I think what they're doing in Minnesota is really great to see.
Yeah.
Like, they got people in political positions. They have...
It's more than that.
Yeah, they have
It's
like
just-
people in the city like doing a lot of work, creating a lot of foundations, and like actually doing right by the community, right? But I think being in Milwaukee is just so much negativity.
Yeah. But for me, I see it as an opportunity that we could get there too.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's hard, you know, to say like, I'm going to be that guy and I'm not, but like, who's going to be that guy? Like, that's the thing about Milwaukee is like,
Yeah.
do we have, like,
Do we even have the resources for somebody to be that guy?
Yeah. And it's not really a money thing. It's like, is
The
our
characteristics.
Milwaukee people ready?
Yeah.
And I think eventually we will be. It'll be cool.
I don't know. It's hard for me to see it.
Yeah. Gender roles.
Gender roles within our culture.
I haven't thought about it too much, but maybe that might be the privilege of being a boy.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm aware of is in my family, I'm the oldest boy, so there are some things that like I'm aware I need to do, and I could be a lot better at it. But I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about gender within our culture only because it's so traditional.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen that change, right? It's always like the guy is the one in charge and the
Yeah.
girl is the submissive one, right? And like you do what you're told. You raise your kids, you clean the house, you take care of the family. And like, yeah, all that is cool and stuff, like if you want to do it. But I just like, but if you don't want to be that person, don't be that person, you know?
Yeah.
But I think like our culture, I think it's slowly evolving in terms of like wanting their daughters to do more, right? In terms of them being successful. And I guess in some of the stories that I've seen like online and stuff about Hmong women, I think they're definitely stepping out of that gender norm and doing what they want and what they believe is right for them, regardless if they're marrying a Hmong man or something.
Yeah.
Like they don't care because they're doing everything that they can for themselves and their community if they wanted to. But like it doesn't matter who they marry anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I also agree. Yeah, it feels like, people don't care that much anymore about
Yeah.
all that, very strict rules.
And like
And
even
I
a lot
support
of
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I support all of like the Hmong people that put themselves out there, right? That want to
Yeah,
do
for
right.
sure.
But I think what is holding the Hmong community back is all the people that are all talk but don't do nothing about it. I think those are the people that annoy me the most. Like
I gotta be honest, I don't know those people.
like you're all talk about wanting to like fix the community and stuff, but
Oh.
what have you done for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
community?
Yeah.
It's things like that.
Or if they say they're gonna do it, and then after you're like, "Oh, this is fucked up. Like, this wasn't what you said at all." Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do feel a little like disassociated with everything that's going on.
I mean, yeah, I don't know anything about Hmong things
Yeah.
going on right now either.
Right.
So maybe we're just going based off of our past experiences.
It's just like what I hear from someone else, from someone else, from someone
yeah.
else.
But don't
But,
get me wrong. Like, obviously, we still support our, like,
Yeah.
the creators, the small businesses of, like, Hmong people and, like, putting their name on the map and things like that. Simple things of, like, sharing their stories and, like, sharing their content, wearing their products. Like, one of our first episodes, you wore your cousin's merch line.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I have some of her merch, too. And, like, or your cousin's candles and stuff like that. Like, those are small things that we can be doing for each other to, like, boost that community, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are also a lot of people in the community that tear us down.
Yeah.
Oh, why are y'all doing that? Why are y'all selling that? Oh, why is it so expensive? Like, yo, I'm out here working my ass off trying to give y'all things,
Yeah.
So y'all can support like a member of your community, but yet you're saying no because it's not made just for you.
Yeah.
Like it's not in your curated budget, right? But you're spending thousands of dollars on a new car that you probably don't even need.
Come on, people.
Come on,
on,
people.
people.
So it's like you want to support, but you ain't supporting. Choose a side.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be wishy washy. But if you're not choosing a side, just don't be vocal about it. Nobody will ever know.
Yeah, just
Like-
disassociate like
yeah,
us.
it's fine. Just pretend
But-
like it doesn't exist.
I do want to say that something that's pretty similar to like all these years is like kids growing up in like Hmong parents, like, and then a bunch of kids. Like the early pipeline, it's all still kind of the same. Whether we grew up in the like 1990s, 2000s, and kids growing up now, yeah, there's technology, but the way you grow up is kind of the same. You just stay home every day.
Yeah.
You do chores. You go to school. You stay home, do chores, go to school.
Yeah.
Kids are still doing that. And when you're, 9, 10 years old, you're taking care of all your little siblings. Like that hasn't changed.
I think though within my family personally, I think that is slowly starting to change.
Yeah.
Like
There's some families,
Yeah.
but if we think like overall,
overall families,
kinda
yeah,
like-
it's always just like, hey, I'm gonna go to work, watch your siblings.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to cook, you know how to cook already.
right.
Yeah.
And a big initiative that I want to start doing is like helping out that early pipeline to make sure that, I was a child that grew up with opportunity. I had a lot of opportunity to put myself out there, learn different skills, meet new people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Me too.
Yeah, really start to transform my life from a really early age.
Or even like getting to know our likes and dislikes at a really early age. I think that's provided by like our school system too.
Yeah, school
like-
system and our parenting styles.
Mm-hmm.
The parents was different than maybe your traditional Hmong household.
Yeah.
So that's something that I definitely recognize, and I would love. Like right now, I coach forensics and I introduce forensics to like Hapa.
Okay.
And when I was younger, those public speaking opportunities and just putting yourself out there and learning how to find your voice, that was like, man, that was like the biggest, I think the single biggest impact in my life was because I was the quietest kid.
Yeah.
If I went up, I would like sweat
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be able to do
Like stage
anything. like I wouldn't be able if I didn't go through like some of the opportunities and skills that I learned when I was younger, I wouldn't be able to like order food or like talk to someone on the phone or I don't know.
Like you just learned your communication skills.
Yeah, I learned kind of how it's kind of weird to say it, but like assimilate to America at a younger age. Because like if you are stuck in like everything you do is around Hmong people
Yeah.
growing up, and as soon as you leave that bubble, the world is so different.
Yeah. I just don't think I've ever been in that bubble.
Yeah,
so I
right,
can't relate. Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I totally understand. I mean, I see it sometimes from my cousins
Yeah.
that like they grew up doing the same thing every day. And like even still now, they do the same thing every day. But like now it's a personal choice,
Yeah.
you know, because like that's what they're comfortable with. But definitely growing up, grew up pretty privileged, like having those opportunities to like do sports, do choir, do band. Yo, I played so many instruments when I was a kid just because I could.
Yeah.
Like 1 week I'll be playing the clarinet, 1 week I'll be playing the drums, 1 week I'm gonna be playing the trumpet.
Yeah.
Like
and just like talking to people with like different faces.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there are opportunities there as well to expand on within the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way that think I have a lot of access and I should be investing more into like being a better Hmong person. Not
Do
just
you
being a better
feel
person.
do you feel that you have like a pulling in your heart to do that?
Yeah, of course. I do. And I guess it's ingrained from like how my parents are.
I mean, your parents are pretty involved in the Hmong community.
Yeah, they're super involved. So you guys might not know this, but my parents are super, super involved. But growing up and being raised by them, they did not.
It wasn't like really implemented in your household.
Right.
I would say.
They did not like emphasize learning the Hmong culture at all. Like, yeah, we spoke Hmong in the house, but we never learned how to read and write. Like, we never took one class of how to read and write Hmong. They never listened to like Hmong music.
Yeah, like your parents are super chill, super Americanized.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's how I saw like seeing them in high school.
Yeah.
Like going to your house and stuff. Like it like yeah, it was a Hmong house, but like it wasn't like your typical Hmong house that you go to.
Yeah.
Where it's like their mom got hella plants in the kitchen and like that's just taking up one whole room type shit. Like,
yeah, and my parents had split religions, so
Yeah.
we weren't like we didn't do oneng all the time, and we didn't like go to a lot of shaman events, and I also didn't even go to church all the time. So it was like religion never came into it, and it's always nice to be able to like communicate with the elderly and like your grandma, but sometimes I would go to like a funeral or like a wedding, and I would just feel like, man, I wish I knew how to be
Do those
more
things?
Hmong.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's a feeling that like, yeah, there's an aching there that like, man, I wish.
Maybe it's you healing your inner Hmong child.
I mean, there's no wound there. It's just like an
Yeah, but
opportunity
like a missing hole of like, dang, I didn't get that when I was a kid. Now I want to fill it when I'm an adult, you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe it's
Yeah.
something that you just need to accomplish to make you feel like,
I don't know. I don't feel like that.
okay.
but-
I mean, but don't get me wrong. A lot of the Hmong community, like in Milwaukee, support your business.
yeah, yeah.
So super thankful for that.
Yeah, that is
And
one
that's
really
crazy,
interesting thing.
Because we didn't think that.
Yeah,
Or at least I didn't.
When I launched Red Sun Cafe, I didn't mean to like market towards any one way or the other, and it was so awesome to see like the Hmong community come out and support.
Yeah, they go hard.
Yeah, that was really cool. That's like one of the coolest things is that Milwaukee is so small and big at the same time that you hear about everyone and the people that come out to support, and even just the people that just know about it. That's pretty cool.
And honestly, like Milwaukee is like big and little at the same time. Like we've met so many people that I didn't even know existed in town,
Yeah.
or like seen that go to Red Sun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like
so many new
there's
people.
so many new people there, and like I think it's a lot of like it's not so much a younger crowd, right? It's more of like our age kind of crowd.
Yeah, our age
and like
a little older, a
yeah.
little younger. It's
and
everyone.
like they just want to enjoy good food and good vibes and stuff like that, and they be singing their heart out at karaoke night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you haven't been, go to Red Sun.
Yeah, really cool question. It it makes me think that like I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not very Hmong at all anymore.
Yeah.
Or I tried to distance myself from that part of me. Not really in a bad way, just for my own sake that like, yes, I am Hmong, but that doesn't define me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am my own person. I think very differently than most majority of Hmong people. So that's not like a label I would put on myself. Like, yes, I am a half Hmong American and I'm a half Thai American.
Yeah.
But like being those two things, like, is not something that is my whole identity, I guess. Like, yeah, it's a part of me, but it's not like a major factor of like who I am.
Yeah, really interesting perspective there because you're half and half.
Yeah.
And I would say I am Hmong, but I might be a different flavor than you might just. There's so many layers to like just being Hmong.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely pretty different.
I think we are whitewashed Hmong people.
Yeah, but it's just different.
Yeah.
Because there's other whitewashed Hmong people.
Oh, yeah. That like don't associate with the Hmong community at all.
Yeah.
Like it's like very extreme. Like I don't think we're that extreme.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just different.
It is.
It's like I'm Hmong, but I'm everything.
Yeah.
I grew up with like friends of way like different cultures
Yeah.
all the time. So I don't know. I'm not whitewashed.
I don't
Like-
think I'm whitewashed either. I really don't have a lot of white friends anymore.
Yeah.
But that was a big influence on our adolescence. It's because, the way we grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was like Mexican washed.
Yeah.
That-
I wish I like had more Mexican. I mean, we do have Mexican friends, but I mean, like, more of them, or like a homie that was like
a homie.
Mexican, like my brother.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah, we do have some, but like, were we really at their houses doing like the whole tacos and like the grandma cooking and
All
like
right, we got to move on from this, otherwise we're gonna get YouTube banned. But yeah, let's bring on some Mexican people on our show soon.
that's so wrong.
Dude, you're the one talking about tacos and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, we could do tacos and egg rolls on a show. So yeah, thanks for those questions.
Are you cooking it?
Yeah.
We'll cook it at Red Sun. Air
Sure,
fry.
I would love to.
But yeah, those are some of the questions that we got. I can refresh and see if we got any more. But other than that, feel free to just keep dropping questions or thoughts in our IG, Facebook, YouTube,
Yeah, we love to hear it.
Spotify. Yeah. Love to hear the feedback. Sorry if this episode was a little direct.
I don't know.
I mean, that's just how we are, though.
Yeah, I love the questions, especially the ones we got, because it's like some things I don't think about that
Yeah.
much. And it's great to hear your perspective. That was super interesting.
Yeah, we definitely think very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, that's okay. I'm down for it.
Yeah, when you speak about your experience, like I reflect right away. And I was like, wow, I could do that more. Or like, wow, I never thought about that from like a half Hmong, half Thai perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're half Hmong, but like really how far does that like
Oh, like I
create the
internalized
experience,
that
you
a
know?
lot when I was younger, though. I think that's why I feel so strongly about it.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
cool.
But yeah, I mean, those are great questions. I think it's a chance for you guys to get to know us even better and like how we think about other aspects of our lives than what, our origin story was, or like how we try to have fun and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys like this episode. Hopefully y'all like this change of scenery that we have going on here today.
Continue to follow us. We love you. Thanks for the support. And we'll bring, more content like this where we answer your questions in the future.
Yeah. Definitely like these Q&As. It kind of gives us a little bit more direction. Because right now we are truly just winging it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. Have a great 2024. And, keep following us.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
Nope. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the feedback. We love y'all. Maybe come up with a group name. What do y'all want what do you want our following group name to be?
INTS, the Inters.
The Inters?
I don't know.
All right, y'all come up with something,
term.
let us know. Maybe we'll introduce it in the next podcast. But also, if you want to see us play some games, let us know what kind of games y'all want us to play. We'll have our media manager get that set up for us and surprise us with it.
Yeah, we're going to start to push out a little bit more content, just some more fun stuff, so we're not always talking about these really deep topics.
Yeah.
Like some taste tests and, how we do the hot sauce, maybe some blindfold, touching a tarantula or something.
Yeah, sick.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. Peace out.
INTS out.